such a massive fight happening.
Mhm.
Holy crap. Justin Gaethje, Khabib Nurmagomedov. It's going to – I'm pumped, man. How you feeling?
Man, I'll tell you, it's funny because it kind of snuck up on it. You know, I don't. It's weird because I don't remember seeing them do much marketing for it, and I knew it was on the horizon, but I figured like it didn't have the same feel as like the big massive fight that what it is. Like you figure, you know, when Conor was coming up, and every fight that Conor has, they dump all kind of major marketing into it, and people know about it for months and months. I didn't really even know that the fight was this weekend until probably about a week and a half ago. And then more than that, I didn't realize the fight's at 2:00. So make sure you're tuned in at 2:00 in the afternoon, because I don't know that too many people are going to be able to remember that. Like I don't know nothing from nothing. I talked to Billy Q about it, Billy Carnteller today about it. And he was talking about the fact that because Khabib is from Russia and that's prime time maybe in the European area. So maybe they're trying to push it to that. I think it's got more to do with the fact that Khabib just doesn't want to fight at 6:00 in the morning, which is when them guys normally have to do if they want to make it prime time in the States. But you know, it's an amazing fight, huge fight. I mean, could be the biggest test of Khabib's career. I'll tell you what I feel. I feel like everyone's beefing up Justin Gaethje because you know, they want to believe because of what he did to Ferguson. I mean, I think it's kind of a sucker bet myself, to tell you the truth. I think Khabib is special. I don't think anyone's going to be Khabib. I don't see any reason why he doesn't go out there and do to Gaethje the same thing he does to everyone else. Everyone likes to talk about Gaethje's wrestling ability, how he's this great wrestler, how he's this and that. Like, Khabib has demolished better wrestlers than Justin Gaethje. He has done the same thing, enforces will on people. He just sucks the life out of you and drains your life force away until you submit to his will. And I don't see any reason why he doesn't do the same thing to Gaethje. Just my opinion on it.
You know what I think about maybe once a week? I think about Khabib's last fight, Dustin Poirier, that last guillotine attempt. It looked really good. And I'm thinking if the angles were just a little different, grips maybe a little different, like a nudge here, a twist there, he puts Khabib out. Because truthfully, I don't think he would tap to anything. I think he would just go out. And then like the whole universe shifts on his axis. But now like we have this. We every defeat, every victory for Khabib has built him into this absolute mythical, unbeatable monster. And at this point, I really can't. I'm like you. I can't imagine what's gonna like. I can't imagine who would beat him.
Yeah, I mean, you watch that fight with Dustin Poirier when he's in the guillotine, and to be honest with you, like I see what you're saying about the fact that maybe if Dustin did this, Dustin did that, but don't forget the reason why Dustin couldn't do that was because Khabib was probably putting himself in the right position.
It was not luck. I want to specify. Yeah, it was not
Poirier
luck. Poirier
is known as being a guillotine guy. He's got a great guillotine.
And Khabib defended it perfectly. It was incredible. Like he was never so sure of victory that he was not ready to defend that choke, especially with a submission guy like Dustin.
And you talk about the fact that Khabib's father just passed away, his longtime coach and father just passed away, a few months ago. I can't think of anything that would motivate Khabib more than that. People can say, it could be a distraction, it could be this. Like, I don't think Khabib gets distracted. I think this is his motivating factor to do what his father's plan was for him from the start, which was to have 3 or 4 more fights, against GSP, which is what he wants next. He doesn't give a shit about Khabib or Conor anymore. Screw about Conor. He doesn't care. He wants to be Gaethje. He wants a super fight with GSP, and he wants to retire as the greatest MMA fighter of all time, which I think he will.
Not even like. Truthfully, the closest Khabib has come to defeat in years was that guillotine attempt. Yeah. That was like he was never rocked. He was never like on the ground defending a hail of barrage of punches. It's always been cold, efficient domination.
I think the only round he's ever lost was to Connor, and I think he kind of took that round off to kind of like get his wits back together again, so he was stronger in the final 2 rounds.
I think he just wanted the opportunity. He's like, I want to just beat him up for as long as humanly possible before I nearly break his jaw.
Give him a false sense of security so he can just snatch it right back away from him. Khabib's special. Watching that fight against him with Michael Johnson, I think it was, where he's just beating him in the face and telling him, you should quit. I am the greatest. You don't deserve to win. I deserve it. I mean, it's things like that, like, are frightening. And I don't see any reason why after this fight, Khabib is haunting Justin Gaethje's dreams, just like he haunts every other fighter's dreams that he's fought over the course of his career.
And it's funny because if I remember correctly, when he was saying that, he didn't sound particularly like angry. It was more like, hey, like, bud, hey,
that's the scary part. It's that absolute confidence of saying you should just quit, save yourself. I'm going to keep beating you and beating you and beating you. All you have to do is quit. Like, that's frightening. That's scary shit. That's scary.
And I think, like, from everything that I've seen about him in pressers, like, absent the Connor bullshit, which I can't even fault him for. Like, if someone came after my family that way, I don't. It's crazy.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but I mean, to talk about Gaethje for a second.
But real quick, just before I want to just because a great coach and father has passed away. Abdulmanap Nurmagomedov has clearly, like, I don't even know if this was his intention, but he's cemented his own place in the history of MMA as one of the greatest maybe coaches of all time, simply because of how dominant his son has been.
Well, if you look at all those Dagestani and freaking teammates of his, they're
taking over, man.
They're taking over. They're a special breed of Spartans. It's insane. Yeah.
Okay, but on to Gaethje, yeah.
So Gaethje, not to take it anyway. And again, Gaethje, the bet, I think the money line is minus 270. I think that's a pretty good bet. I think it's worth the bet. I think it's a sucker bet myself, but the odds are there. If you get on it now, it could help you out. I mean, he's obviously got cinder blocks for hands. He hits super hard, and he can eat a punch like nobody's business. He just comes forward like the Terminator, and his wrestling is going to be top level. And it seems to me that his cardio could possibly withstand a Khabib fight, and I think that's going to be the big determining factor. If Gaethje can withstand the relentless pressure that Khabib is going to bring at him, and or catch him and clip him with one of those big punches, which is totally possible. But yeah, I mean, I don't know, man. I see all these things on paper. I see what people are excited about when they think about Gaethje. I think about what he did to Ferguson. I think styles make fight in that fight. I think Ferguson was just that's the way. I think Gaethje was designed to beat Ferguson. I don't think Gaethje is designed to beat Khabib, and I think Khabib just does to him the same thing he does to every other fighter he's ever fought with. Take him down, grind his life away, beat the shit out of him, and maybe even catch him in a submission before it's all done, or just pound him into oblivion like he does everybody else.
I think what's crazy is that what made everybody, and I think you're absolutely right, Styles do more often than not make fights. I think what interested people about Tony was his last major, like the first time he won the interim title against Kevin Lee, it was off his back. It was with the triangle. And so for a lot of people, they looked at that and went, oh, this is a guy, like, even if he's not in a dominant position on the ground, he's still dangerous, because, we see fewer triangles in the UFC, I think, or maybe I'm just falling asleep at the wheel.
Yes, you're absolutely right. I don't think he hated him winning by submission over Khabib. There's some long ons on that.
No, but the people looked at that and was like, okay, this is great. Like, we have a guy who he's going to get taken down because it's Khabib, but maybe he works off his back, and people aren't seeing that with Gaethje.
No, you're talking about Ferguson, of course. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, he's got that good Darce choke. Yeah, the Ferguson Khabib fight is much more interesting in my opinion. Ferguson, you're right. He works off his back well. He's going to be sneaky, and tricky. But dude, like, Khabib is a special kind of monster. Like, watching him when he gets in bad positions in submission, you forget he's also a world champion or a world class sambo practitioner himself. You don't think much about his submission game, but his ability to escape submissions from the guard is some of the best I've ever seen. Like, he just has that explosive nature to barrel his way out of it. We'll see. Long story short, I don't think if he loses this fight, we may see a Ferguson Khabib match. Probably not. I think Khabib retires. He doesn't give a shit. He made enough money. If he wins, you're never going to see Ferguson Khabib. Will never happen. It's just,
and I think that that's all well and good. Good on these. Best of luck to both of them. These are two, like, not just amazing fighters, but standout human beings. Like, they're very chill and like pressers, and they're not looking to go dark places. We're going to get a really solid fight, and I really appreciate that.